So we wanted to highlight our YouthWorks program because it's a big jobs program for our low-income youth in Holyoke, Springfield, Westfield, Chicopee, our gateway cities, but all of Hampden County. And the Holyoke Media has been a fantastic site for a few years. And our current grant for FY26 is $2.9 million, so it's a pretty substantial funding source for Hampden County youth. I'm going to introduce Deb Snape, who oversees the youth programming at the Workforce Board, to kind of get the party started.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. So glad that you could be here to join us. We're so proud of this YouthWorks program. This is a rock star team. I'd like to, one thing that's unique about this MassHire team is 100% of the staff are YouthWorks program graduates. So this is just a way of showing how this program has really grown people, young people, has given them the skills to move on. Jacob's working on that now. He's our next in line. So we're excited about that. But I'd like to introduce Derek Baez, the director of the program, and Jacob Santos, who was a peer leader and is now a program caseworker. So we're very excited about that. And I'd like to turn it over to Johan.
Thank you. I want to welcome you all to Holyoke Media, our community access television station here in Holyoke, Massachusetts. And it's our pride to be a place where we can not only welcome the community through the programming and the opportunities for people to engage, but also, and it's a very personal driven mission of me to offer opportunities to teach the youth how to manage these spaces, how to own the narrative of what media means for our communities. And it's through different experiences, learning how media is created, how can they make their own ways throughout this big industry that has so many ramifications, and give them real access to real equipment in a real television studio with equipment that is found in every single broadcasting company, big or small. And the results of what we have seen, thanks to the partnership with MassHire and the YouthWorks program, has been beyond fantastic, because it has been experiential learning for them to get those skills, to see the possibilities of them going into this industry and expanding their horizons. Also, in the personal aspect, they have been able to create so many beautiful ways to interact with their peers, with their families, with the community, to actually get in a level of interviewing the mayor of the city of Holyoke about issues that are important to their youth perspective, and at the same time as the future of the city of Holyoke and the community in Massachusetts. And this is an opportunity that I feel humble being able to provide and support, because it's them coming here and showing up every day. Is that the commitment that makes us feel the reason why we are here? None of this matters, none of this makes any sense if it is not for them being here. Because they are the reason for all of this, to make it big, to make it meaningful, and to make a contribution our society needs. And it comes from their minds and their hearts. So it is our joy to have them every single day, and it will continue to be like that. And thanks to MassHire for allowing us to be part of this journey, because is one of the most important things in our work. And we do a lot of different things involving the city in general, but working with the youth is my top priority and my biggest pride. So it's really, really important and meaningful. And I appreciate all of you coming here and seeing the place where all the youth magic happens. So welcome.
So next, the secretary agreed to do a short little fun interview related to youth programming. So we're going to hand it off to our 2 youth participants to kick off the interview.
Testing. Okay. Hello, everybody. Want to say thank you for your time and thank you guys for coming. My name is Jacob Santos. I am a youth counselor down at MassHire Holyoke. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Johan. I have been working with him for quite some time now, kind of going on 2 years, and he really does put work in with these kids. I've been able to be on the other side of this, where you guys are at, watching kids doing short films, podcasts, TV production, and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Johan really does take on a lot of kids, and we can say we're really grateful for that.
Hi, I'm Isaura, and I'm one of the youth that was able to work here for the Youth Year-Round program. And throughout that experience, it helped me learn what I want to do in the future, as well as it was very eye-opening to see how everything like behind the scenes and how everything works.
And now what everybody's been waiting for, we'll allow you to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I'm Lauren Jones, Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development. I work with Governor Healy and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll and so many of the MassHire partners that are here today.
So we'll have a couple questions we want to run off. First question is, what is the most rewarding part of the job as secretary to you?
I appreciate the question. I think the most important part of the job are opportunities like this, to see how investments that the Healy-Driscoll administration makes in partnership with the legislature, in partnership with so many community partners, how that delivers impact. By seeing the talent that we're able to support and the benefits of programs like YouthWorks, to really be able to highlight that people-centric approach to a workforce strategy, and hearing directly from individuals like yourselves, and to know that there's so many more individuals across the state that have similar experiences, that are able to open more doors, see themselves in their workforce, in the regions that they live in, and also be part of the workforce, all thanks to investments that we try to lift up. That really helps to fill my cup, motivates me to continue to do my work as secretary, and I also learn a thing or two that helps to bring back and improve the programs that we do as a collective.
So we'd like to know if you could speak a little bit about the initiatives the Healy-Driscoll administration has to assist with the young people.
It's a great question, and this is a perfect time of year to be able to lift up a lot of the work that the Healy-Driscoll administration supports for young people. We're gearing up for the summer, and we just announced over $20 million through the YouthWorks program to support both summer and year-round employment opportunities, like in partnership here at Holyoke Media. We also partner across secretariats to make sure that a strategy that young people can see themselves in the classroom, can also see themselves in the community, including in a workforce. And so as part of the Healy-Driscoll administration, I team up often with our Secretary of Education, Secretary Tutwiler, and his team. So many investments for young people start in the classroom, and that includes our classroom for our youngest learners, including early childhood education, all the way through high school to college and career. And so many of these programs, especially for high school age individuals, can include investing in innovation pathways, connecting what you can learn in the classroom to industry opportunities, exposing more young people to early college so they can see themselves in future careers as well as the path to get there. We also team up with our vocational technical schools, making sure that individuals in school are learning that hands-on experience, whether it's in the trades like HVAC and welding, all the way to healthcare, and they're able to learn and earn a credential in the school year that they can also apply after they graduate or continue on through higher education. We also have registered apprenticeship, which often is for our adult learners, but there's pre-apprenticeship programs that we extend for youth and young adults as well that help to provide another pathway for individuals to pursue careers. Again, not just in the building trades, which is the proven model for apprenticeship, but across so many expanded industries like life sciences, healthcare, clean energy, and more. So that's just a little bit, but there's a lot more that we're doing too.
Okay. Just want to give everybody just a quick round of applause. 20 million. 20 million. So what advice would you give a young adult starting out on their career?
Wow. I think back, I was just talking with Senator Oliveira. He was sharing his first entry into civics as we were walking down to this facility. It's a great question to ask. I think if I could have told myself at a younger age, or if I interact with young people who are doing their first job, or sometimes I interact with interns that come into the State House, the same advice I give is it's always consistent. A, you never know who you're going to work with again. So you may have an awesome opportunity here at Holyoke Media. You may be interviewing somebody. Fast forward 5 years from now, you may find that you are working with them yet again. So that first impression, that second impression is so important. And leaving that a strong impression is really important because, again, you never know who you're going to work with. And then the second thing I would say is also, even as young as a 16 or high school age individual, know the power of your network. You have a whole room of partners here today that are celebrating and supporting young people. There is an extended network that you may have through the Holyoke Media connections or within your respective community. That's an opportunity to tap into that network and help brand yourself as a professional, but also extend opportunities for future careers. It's kind of like the in-person version of LinkedIn that you can really be able to lift up and then really be able to hopefully learn from and network with for hopefully finding new opportunities in the future.
My question is, what would you say to a young person who feels overwhelmed about their future career path?
Oh, it can be overwhelming even after you've been working for 20 years. But I would say, don't be afraid. Every day may feel overwhelming or different, but know that whatever you do, that sense of overwhelmingness that you may feel can be eased if you remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. You guys share a passion in supporting youth and young adults, paying it forward, and learning what you've been able to benefit from a program like this. So if you ever feel like a day where it's overwhelming, know that that's your why, and that will hopefully motivate you to get past that moment of overwhelming anxiety or whatever the challenge may be, and then keep that why in mind as you try to navigate those harder times.
My next question is, what was your first job? What did it teach you?
My first paid job was actually with a summer enrichment program. I was a summer camp counselor, and I was able to help young kids both in summer activities as well as in the classroom as they were doing summer school as well. And I was 16, and I was exposed to this really cool program in my home state of Connecticut that helps to provide education pathways regardless of someone's home district. And so that really introduced me to public policy and how advocating for things at the State House can yield investments in the community. And that was an example of the program that I was working in, and I had no idea that that kind of exposure would have set me on a path where I'd find myself working in public service just a handful of years later.
Yeah, so speaking of you being 16, if you could go back in time, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Wow, you never know how you're going to find yourself working in public service. My 16-year-old self, so I was working at this summer program, and I was enjoying the experience. I had no idea where it would take me, and I think I would remind myself to enjoy every minute. Don't get as overwhelmed with what the future may unfold. Live in that moment and remember to be a kid, but also remember to recognize that this valuable experience that you may be living through will help serve as a foundation for what may come next as you get older.
So for young adults and youth, what skill would you want to instill in each and every one of them?
Yeah, as secretary, I often interact with employers, and regardless of what industry I may be, coming across, whether it's a company visit and tour, a roundtable discussion with employers or business leaders, like I know the Springfield Chamber was with us earlier, the consistent takeaway I hear that employers wish they saw in all young people coming into, or even people coming into an entry-level experience, regardless of age, is the soft skills. And so we have an amazing network of employers across the state, across every industry, and many of them will say, we'll teach the hard skills. We'll partner with you for grant programs and opportunities to pave the way and provide those technical skills. But really trying to show individuals the soft skills is more work, whether it's showing up for, dressing for success, showing up on time, communication skills, interpersonal skills. Certainly there are many individuals in the business community or within the employer community who will invest time and provide that mentorship, which is amazing, but that's not always an opportunity. And we need to make sure that at an early age, we're providing that foundational set of soft skills. And that's why the YouthWorks program is such an important asset in our toolbox, because it provides that first, second, or third job for a young person. And we hope in those early experiences, they're also gaining some of those soft skills because they are working with a supervisor. They're working with mentors within the workplace, and they're helping to learn some of those soft skills that you may not learn in a classroom, you may not learn in a textbook, but through some of the lived experiences. And so I think that's very important, something I hope that more of our young adults can continue to embrace and learn how to apply those skills also in the workplace as well.
So that would conclude our interview. Just want to give you guys all a special thank you for being here. And we're going to give a special thank you to the Secretary of Labor. On behalf of the Youth Department of MassHire, we kind of got you a couple gifts for you and your team.
Oh, thank you.
It's like 5-6 bags of goodies there.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I will just make a plug. I'd be remiss if I didn't give this plug to both of you, since we're at Holyoke Media and there's a whole audience of really important people. You've got some future interviewees that you can tap into here, right? So don't be afraid to network with some folks here, because like you interviewed the mayor, you may be able to interview some more people and have young people also interview them too.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to it.
Thank you.